Okie dokie. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Big matchup here today in the Sweat League versus Team Ghost versus Instinct. Both teams are 3-3, and this is for first place in Group C to finish 4-1. The loser of this match will be tied in a three-way tie for second place. So humongous implications here. I'm your host, Caster Pugsley. I'll be here by myself. Happy to have you tonight. Let's just kick right into draft here. We have Team Ghost on blue side starting out. I don't believe I have casted either of these teams this year. A year and a half ago, I do remember Team Ghost. Genuinely do not know in a year and a half's time how many players are still there or who those players were, but I do remember that they were fairly successful. I believe this is also my first time casting Group C, so this is a little bit of a new territory for me, and especially in the last week of the season, getting ready for the playoffs, humongous playoff implications here, hoping for a banger series to determine first place of this group. On Team Ghost, on the blue side, we see Ivern and Corky Band. Ivern, very, very strong team play jungler, able to be a very nice neutralizer, and especially with the new rift and more objectives around the map, being able to set up things for his team and facilitate. Not a bad ban. I do fully expect a blue side Victor first pick if Instinct does not ban Victor on 3. I do not know these teams' playstyles or champion pools, but Victor has been extremely, extremely dominant in this league. He, for the most part, is either first pick blue or permabanned. I've seen a few instances lately that he has made it to not necessarily first pick, but he's still picked in the first 3. We do not see Victor banned out. Instinct opting to ban Lee Sin, Skarner, Jinx. So 3 junglers are the first 6 bans in total. Some power pick junglers like the Skarner there banned out. So very interesting to see what Ghost will pick here. First pick Galio, and this is a hyper flex. This can go top lane. This can go mid. This actually can also go support, although I would be fairly stunned if we do see this in the support role. A lot more common and popular tank engaged supports at this time, but he can definitely get the job done. Lots of CC in his E and W. Nice range poke with his Q. And great team play with the ult, obviously. Hovering the Wukong for Instinct, they do lock that in. Now they're hovering the Jhin here. First picking that Wukong for them. Blind picking the Wukong. Wukong Seraphine, 2 amazing team fighters, could really result in a death ball team comp. I am always a fan of Seraphine comps, and a great flex pick. Huge power pick in the mid lane, has amazing lane prio, can hit 6 and really rotate to objectives that first set of grubs or dragon, and really have an impact, have monster ults, and then obviously the Wukong there. Just really, really amazing team jungler. Huge team fight potential, huge flank potential, if he really knows his angles and can clear vision out. In response, we do see the Lucian Nocturne. It does make me think there is a small chance that that may be a Galio support now. Unlikely, but lots of global ults coming from the side of Team Ghost, because we do have that Galio and that Nocturne. Could make for humongous, I guess, setup potential, and then snowball if they're able to get a really nice ult and snowball a moment in the game and get a nice lead and play off of that. Galio Nocturne is not going to be fun when the lights turn off from the Nocturne. In response, we do see Xayah picked on 3 for Instinct. So presumably Xayah Seraphine in the bot lane. Could be Seraphine mid, but not a bad duo. See some top laners banned out now. Volibear, Ornn. Really like seeing the Ornn banned out on the side of Ghost, because when you have something like a Seraphine Ornn late game is extremely neutralizing. When you have those Ornn items, the healing from the Seraphine at level 18, especially if it's a mid lane Seraphine, can be a healing and a brick wall that you just can't penetrate. More top laners banned out, as we do see Cassante, and we'll see who Team Ghost opts to ban here. Orianna banned, so they are saying that is a Seraphine support, and they're banning the Orianna. Technically, with the Poppy pick here, there's so much flex potential on the side of Instinct. That could be a Poppy support, that could be a Poppy top, that could be a Poppy jungle, it could be a Seraphine mid, it could be a Seraphine support, that could be a Wukong top. Although I fully expect it to be jungle and Poppy in something like the top or support role, but lots of flex potential here. The only thing we really know is where that Xayah is going. They can really, really make this unpredictable for the side of Team Ghost, as they're going to have to finish drafting their team comp before Instinct. Olaf picked on the side of Ghost, so very, very aggressive top laner. Can be, you can live or die on the Olaf pick. As someone who doesn't play much top lane, but does dabble in the Olaf, it is a fairly predictable how you want lane to go. But if it doesn't go right, it can be very difficult to come back, because you aren't taking TP on Olaf. If you have a really bad mistake or something happens, it can snowball really poorly for you. So that is a Seraphine support, as Instinct finishes with a LeBlanc pick into the Ahri of Ghost. I will leave draft here, as I am getting everything set up for draft. Seems that we do have someone restarting their client, so a little bit of a delay within the client itself. Hopefully fixed shortly. I'll pull up the standings for the league. So right now, this is one of the last matches of the regular season. Ghost and Instinct. We do have, like I said, this is Group C, and we're looking at first place full control coming out of Group C here. Loser will be in a three-way tie with the Tom Kench Benchers and Cal Poly Division 2. Humongous implications here. We are just waiting for, I believe, the top laner of Ghost to restart their client. It seems that they are ready to go. We're about to get this ball rolling. I'll put draft back up on the screen, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit before we get into the match. So I do think Instinct picking LeBlanc into Ari is going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Ari's going to have a bit of more natural wave clear, wave push. If Ari is able to get some nice trades earlier, it may be hard for LeBlanc to rotate to early objectives. LeBlanc, on the other hand, if she's able to execute her combos, her QE, chunk out the Ari, may be able to get some nice roams, especially on the red side, down to the bot lane. When I play red side mid lane, the angles, especially on something like a LeBlanc that has the ability to jump walls and do it with ease, and also go back if it wasn't a very good angle, can make playing on red side affecting the bot lane very, very nice for her. So very interested to see. Overall, I do really actually, I think both team comps, it's tough to say what I favor because I do think the double global of Ghost with the Galio Nocturne combo can be extremely uh, pivotal in having an impact early on at a level 6 team fight and then snowballing from there. But with, I guess, the more death ball comp of something like Instinct, as we get later in the game and it's 5v5, Seraphine Wukong is just the amount of CC that you have there, and the healing of Seraphine is brutal, combined with something like Poppy Ultimate to throw people out of the fight. It'll be very interesting. We are having another problem with somebody's client. It appears that Team Ghost is restarting their client once again, so sorry for the technical difficulties. We do have a copy pasta starting in chat. No one has copied it, so is it really a copy pasta? If someone starts a copy pasta but nobody picks up on it, is it really a copy pasta? That's for the viewers to decide. While we wait for these technical difficulties on the side of the players, I will mute myself, and we will be right back. Okie dokie, it appears that we are back in the client drafting. Just a reminder, we will complete this draft that we just showed on screen. It's about a 3-minute wait in client before it throws me into the game. This is one of the more difficult drafts for me to analyze of any of the games or series that I've casted this entire year. I think it really comes down to who makes a play early, and I know that's kind of a generic answer in terms of analyzing this game, but I think there's lots of tools for both teams to have win cons here. From the side of Instinct, I really want to play around team fighting, get to a point where we can do a 5v5, have Poppy have a really nice ult, and have really, really great team fighting ults on the Wukong Seraphine, and then have the Xayah LeBlanc just carry. Another potential win con for the side of Instinct is early LeBlanc Wukong just picks. If they're able to track the Nocturne very well, there is the opportunity to catch Nocturne at a level 3 or 4 for a LeBlanc or a Wukong if they're able to execute preparing the wave for LeBlanc to move. On the side of Ghost, I think hitting 6 for Galio Nocturne and having a Grub or Dragon fight and winning that and having it be a strong one-sided win, like a 2-0 plus an objective or something, it's very, very possible, especially if they're playing for top-side objectives around the Olaf. I think Olaf should be able to rotate and get prio against something like a Poppy. He does have the Q that he can projectile poke. His ability to clear wave is just going to be naturally better than the Poppy. So having double globals plus a top laner that should have prio playing around that. And then also something like an Ahri. Ahri's just going to naturally have better wave clear as long as she doesn't throw lane. Despite getting the counter pick with the LeBlanc in the mid lane, I do think having the Ahri for the side of Ghost was a safe blind pick. Even into something like a LeBlanc, I feel good with that. Okie dokie. Okay. So as the screen says, we do have 2 minutes here. Getting first place in Group C, as I've said a few times, is on the line here. I don't think that it can get any type of first overall seed for the playoffs, as the winner of Group A actually finished completely undefeated, and that was Coin Flip. So Coin Flip is the only team in this league that finished at a clean 5-0 in group play. Whoever wins this group will have a nice shot at essentially a second seed type situation, potentially depending on how the current match in Group B plays out. Just throwing the standings back up. Just once again, we are right here, Group C, last regular season week, and we are going into the playoffs. This is going to be the last regular season series. We currently have another one going on as well. That one should finish before this one, and making this the last series of the year. In terms of my personal predictions of who could be considered favorites for this league, I do think that Coin Flip, especially finishing 5-0, is certainly a candidate to be a favorite for that. Okie dokie. So also, this will be my very first time casting the new Summoner's Rift with the new objective. I genuinely do not know how to pronounce the name of the new objective. What is it? Arakan? Lots of different changes in terms of how the game can play out now, with things like obviously different dragons, the new Arakan, the delayed Baron. I think is going to benefit something like a Zaya Seraphine in this game. Even if Ghost is able to snowball on something like a Olaf, Nocturne, Galio, there's going to be a lot more comeback potential, longer games with a 25-minute Baron. Little bit of trading here. A very nice combo there for Good Boy on the side of Instinct. Able to pop that Electrocute immediately onto the Ari. In terms of the junglers, both junglers are starting opposite side of the map. Another nice chunk there for Good Boy. This Ari's losing some trade. She doesn't even hit her Q there, so unable to match a trade. Both sides in the mid lane are popping their pots. In the top lane, looks like Poppy on the side of Instinct is also winning lane. Hits 2 before Havoc here. Nice level 2. Looks like Havoc's going to go all in here. He is not going to continue off of that. Both junglers 3 camping on their blue sides. Down in the bot lane, pretty naturally, you're going to have a little bit of prio here with the Zaya Seraphine early into something like Illusion. This Nocturne is just going to continue clearing. Both junglers are looking like they're going to opt for a full 6 camp clear. Havoc able to get a nice back after crashing his wave. We'll see if he blows teleport. He opts not to use his teleport here, so going to have the teleport advantage up in the top lane as we see him walking back here. So as we're here in the little bit of action here in the bot lane as well, fairly even health bars, mana bars, pretty strong for both sides. Nocturne is down here now, gonna have a little bit of advantage over the Wukong on the top side because Wukong can't really do anything to this Olaf, as Olaf is pushed in and freezing a little bit. But Nocturne opting to come to the mid lane. LeBlanc sniffs it out. Pretty sizable lead here in the mid lane for Good Boy on Instinct. Full mana, full health, hasn't blown TP, still has a pot. Down in the bot lane, let's rewind there a little bit. So it looks like they fought, pushed in a little bit. not quite able to see everything there, but the Zaya flash forward after Seraphine did get that first blood onto the Galio, so the only downside there, but even Seraphine's one of those supports that if she is getting the first blood in a situation like that, I'm not nearly as disappointed if it's something like a Nami. I think uh, early golden, something like a Seraphine's gonna feel a little better. Maybe Nami's not the best example there, but something like a Nautilus, maybe a little bit better of an example. Here in the mid lane, still very sizable advantage. I'm very much expecting the how this mid lane is played out. This Ahri has no mana, by the way, to really affect first objective and potentially have pretty significant impact in the game. LeBlanc has a 21 CS lead right now. She has a pot. She's level 6 now. She's going to all in the Ahri. Not quite. She does take a turret shot. Goes down to about 100 health, but able to finish the play there. Going to finish pushing this wave in and then get a nice back before Ahri teleports in. Very well played. Off of that, looks like this side of Instinct also able to get their bot lane pushed in. Wukong here, able to secure that first dragon. First dragon here is that Hextech, which is going to feel really, really good on especially everybody. A nice teleport into the top lane for the LeBlanc. Doesn't even go full health here. Trying to really affect this Olaf. She could continue pushing. So we see a nice little lane swap there. 6 minutes in. So off of that kill in the mid lane. Huge crash there. And they're just going to rotate right into the grub. So phenomenal early gameplay for Team Instinct here. Getting the first objective, first blood, getting first 2 kills, not even just first blood. Here, fight in the mid lane. Also fight in the bot lane. Galio able to pick up a kill in the bot lane, getting the first kill on the board for Ghost. But fight here over these grubs. It's a 3 for 3. Olaf pops his ult. He's chasing the Poppy, but the Ahri here extremely low. Flashes back, able to make sure that she does not die. Flash is traded all over the place, but very, very well played by Ghost, getting back into this game. 3 kills out of nowhere. 1 coming from the bot lane, 2 coming from these grub fight. And very nice. Kills going down to Nocturne and Ahri in this grub fight. So 3 for nothing across the map, really. And it also slows down that LeBlanc quite a bit. That LeBlanc had a very, very sizable advantage. Getting really nice TP, getting priority in the top side off of that TP to rotate to the grubs. But very well paid. Very good team fighting by Ghost to say, hey, we're not going to lay down. We're going to make sure that this is a fight. Solution here might be able to get a plate. Doesn't seem like he... Oh, sorry. I read that totally wrong. Lucian there, able to save some of CS. Going to hard push this. Maybe get a nice back off of it. Another kill in the mid lane for the LeBlanc. Looks like a nice support roam from the Seraphine. She was able to pick up an assist off of that, which very helpful. Ahri no TP, going to result in a fairly substantial snowball here for the LeBlanc, but Nocturne ults into the top lane. Havoc of Ghost, top laner there, very low, does not go down, able to secure the kill onto the Poppy. Nocturne now does have that bounty too, so Nocturne should have a very sizable back here. Feeling very nice. Nice plate gold also going to the Olaf. But a 500 gold lead for the side of Ghost. This is an extremely competitive series. You could make the argument these are potentially the 2 best teams in the league, especially when they're playing like this. This is extremely high level game. That team fight around grubs, the flashes, the timing, the response times, the limit pushing, extremely well executed by Ghost. These nice roams. Very nice mid lane play on the side of Instinctck. We're in store for a very nice series here. Okay, so I'm so sorry for that. A little bit of freeze. So LeBlanc does have humongous CS lead, nearly double, almost a 40 CS lead 10 minutes in, plus a kill. She has a full Hextech alternator and a Dark Seal advantage onto this Ahri, so this Ahri is playing extremely behind, but this Olaf is going into the Poppy. He does have his ult. Now, he just got his ult. A little too late. Got his ult right at that last second there when he was already at about 100, 150 health. Really played that a little too early, allowing the Poppy, not only blowing the ult, but allowing the Poppy there to get a pretty easy kill off of that. Very nice lockdown there onto the Galio as he does go in this bot lane. There we go. Yeah, this LeBlanc is absolutely harassing Ahri. Very nice execution of this counter pick. We are even in gold right now. Ahri does have TP backup, so I guess as LeBlanc is just abusing this mid lane with, they were able to secure that one grub on the side of Instinctck, so coming into a little bit of a play there, allowing the LeBlanc to get that turret plate a lot easier than she otherwise would have been. Also allowing very nice dragon stacking here. Infernal and Hextech dragons now down for the side of Instinctck. Is going to be really brutal for that LeBlanc. Do see some trading here, so this should be 5 grubs going to the side of Ghost. So, you know, double dragon stacking on this LeBlanc that is very easily could get out of hand very quickly at this rate is going to feel a lot better than the 5 grubs on the side of Ghost in terms of right here and right now and the ability to distance themselves from the other team, because this game is still fairly even. This LeBlanc, however, is the major difference here. Seeing if they're able to really capitalize off of this lead here. Poppy's backing. She should be teleporting right back into this top lane after Olaf teleported as well. A little bit of a fight down here in the bot lane. Galley at about 250 health. Ult from the Lucian comes out to stop the engage there and harassment from the side of Instinctck. But this Galio, if he gets caught here and gets rooted, he certainly will die. Very nice push in by the LeBlanc, clearing vision up here in this bush in the mid-river. Very, very important. Very nice vision if we look around the mid lane. And in the rivers, nice flash for the LeBlanc into the Ahri. This is a 3-level lead now here in the mid lane. This is getting extremely out of hand. At this point, I'm going to expect to see a LeBlanc ban in Game 2 regardless of how the rest of this game goes. Laning against this is a nightmare. It could be down to something like side selection, but you don't want to leave this up, even if you can draft something that would make them not want to take this LeBlanc. Extremely impressive play. Once again, having that one grub on the side of Instinctck really making a difference here. So the double dragon and just having that one grub going to allow LeBlanc to get not quite, almost a third turret plate, but it will be easier for her to complete that turret plate. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to, as turret plates did go down. Wasn't paying full attention there to the time. Huge chunk, nice electrocute proc by the LeBlanc here once again. Here in the top lane, Olaf does have a little bit better situation than last time, but he's still a level down, so... Also, this Wukong here, looking for this dive. I'm really looking here for this Wukong. He is going to look to take this red buff. I'll zoom out here a little bit. This LeBlanc is quite scary. This Wukong is here. If he's able to get a really nice angle, we could see a nice dive. 700 gold lead for the side of Instinctck. 2 dragons. I think with the clear scaling advantage as well, and the dragon stacking, this is, if I'm Ghost, and the mid lane deficit, if I'm Ghost, I'm feeling... desperate's not the right word here, but I am feeling a bit concerned to make a play now. Get someone on the level of that LeBlanc. Ult coming out here in the bot lane is also, I didn't mention, LeBlanc able to get another kill onto the R, get first turret herself. That is significant gold. She already has that Ludens. She has 6 stacks on the Dark Seal. Now she gets a Morello and the Triumphant Boots as well. So that LeBlanc can 1v3 at this point, and I say that fairly confidently. Do you see Wukong pinging this Herald? So not wanting to give over the Herald, starting it essentially right on spawn here, knowing that that LeBlanc can just come on over, and there's absolutely nothing this Ahri can do because she just has to sit back and, at best, just scale, I guess. Maybe get a pick, but at this point, this Ahri is beyond behind, and to put it kindly. She's not even at 100 CS this game. Poppy able to come down despite being on vision there. This LeBlanc level 13 here, we do see her have to W out from the Nocturne, but she, like I said, she has a 3-level advantage on essentially everybody in this game. Her passive comes out, so she's able to be a little deceiving. Ult from the Galio does come out, so now they do not have Nocturne ult. They do not have... Nocturne ult will be up in a second, but they do not have Galio ult for this fight. LeBlanc backing. LeBlanc has TP up, and they should have a very nice angle to get this third dragon. LeBlanc safely teleporting to the mid lane. Very nice, safe call. She could have TP'd into her blue side jungle, but opting to just safely teleport. Down here, Nocturne ult comes out as Instinctck is pushed up fairly big. Also, Lucian ult, Seraphine ult. So far, it does look like Instinctck is winning this. We do see that the flash did have to come out from the Nocturne to get that space and make sure that he does not go down. Wukong also had to blow flash to get away as well at about 100 health. Both LeBlanc coming in to clean this up. She's able to get the shutdown onto the Nocturne, but she goes down herself, gives the shutdown over to the Lucian. That could be very, very big. Poppy is here. She TP'd in, able to get a nice shutdown onto the Lucian as well. It is kills all over. Olaf picking up that double kill. It is a wild fight. 3 for 3. Lots of shutdowns going all over the place. And no one really able to pick up this third dragon. Quite yet. Lots of pinging here. Lots of ults are back up for the side of Instinctck, so a little bit better angle here as we don't have Nocturne ult up yet, or Galio ult up yet. Zai able to take down the Galio. It's going to be difficult for Ghost to do anything here, as pretty significant angle to get a... Is it a double kill for the Xayah? I believe so. I believe Xayah got both of those kills, which feels very good here. Instinct able to pick up that third dragon. It is a mountain soul, so these power dragons coming in for Instinct just really buffing those true stats rather than something like move speed or something like that. Those combat stats really going to matter, especially as this tanky gets this Poppy gets tankier and tankier. She does have that Thornmail. She almost has that Fimbulwinter completed. Getting a Mountain Drake and a Mountain Soul is going to feel very good. We do see Arakan spawning in the top lane here. Is Olaf? There's no way Olaf starts this, does he? They do have 3 here and Lucian in the mid lane. Nice deep ward here from Galio, getting nice wards in the red side jungle of Instinct. Very nice. Both mid laners are bot side. Both mid laners do not have TP. I fully expect this LeBlanc to do whatever she wants against that Ahri. I know it. A little bit of an advantage up here for Ghost, because with the mid laners not here and not having TP and the 4v4, it's way more even. So I agree with starting this, even though it could be a true 4v4, just due to the fact that, well, LeBlanc's TP is up now, so this could be a very nice LeBlanc TP angle. She does get the tower. She's going all in. She could easily TP now. Ahri's TP is up now too, so she can match, but she's not going to have near as much of an impact here. Arakan looking to reset, and it does look like it does. Thank you for joining us once again. I apologize for not having a second caster here with me, or the fact that this is I've not been feeling well this weekend, so doing the best I can. Thank you for bearing with us. Hopefully gonna have a very nice series. We have a 2k gold lead for the side of Instinct here, 3 dragons, significant advantage. We do see this LeBlanc has the Crazy Shoes completed, Ludens, Mejai's, almost has that Shadow Flame completed as well. This LeBlanc here, she's looking to make a play on this Ahri, and she's going to. Right here. Yep. That is outrageous. She 80%ed that. That Ahri, that's disgusting. I feel very bad for that Ahri right now. Very nice drafting on the side of Instinct, especially on the red side. Red side so far in this league has, at least from what I've seen and casted, I mean, lots of variables going. Obviously, we had a different metas, different map, as it changed in the middle towards the end of the season. But red side has really not been, from what I've experienced, winning. So getting that first win on the red side, if they are able to close this out, is going to be very helpful for them. They are able to take down the Arakan. Nice flash forward and ult from the Seraphine. Huge combo there. Gonna get a kill for LeBlanc and the Xayah, 2-0 so far, with Nocturne and Galio going down. This could be a very nice angle now that Dragon is spawning in 30 seconds. That is going to be Soul. They can definitely turn that into into Baron 2 as Baron is spawning in 50 seconds. They're going to opt to take this mid lane first, going into the Dragon, I assume. We'll see how aggressive they want to be in this mid lane. They could continue pushing, but they are just going to push that wave. I don't expect them to come back here. Yeah, they should just go right into Dragon here, as LeBlanc is on the top side. Doesn't have TP, but she is level 16. And remember, from taking down the Otacon that did spawn, they have Guardian Angels on the side of Instinct. So it's a tough hill to climb for the side of Ghost here. Very, very tough. Maybe they can get a dragon still here to lay this soul, and they're not able to. So not only do they have Guardian Angels, they have Mountain Soul on this 7-2 LeBlanc that has a 100 CS lead at 25 minutes. A 16 stack Mejai's. Not to mention a 2-item Xayah, just DPSing to our heart's content. Very, very tough hill to climb for Ghost. What? I just want to see a little bit more, I guess, competitive mid lane next game. From the very first second, and when minions hit lane, LeBlanc was just gapping the Ahri, to put it just objectively, and that's not to say anything bad about the Ahri. I mean, this team is also 3-1 as well, so both teams 3-1 fighting for first place. And huge playoff implications. Loser of this goes into a 3-way tie for the group for second place. Winner of this guarantees first place for the group. No concerns at all. This LeBlanc does so much damage that even if they are able to chunk her down, she does have that Guardian Angel. Nocturne turns the lights out, but what's he gonna do with the lights out? Nothing. Olaf, mid lane turn does go down. Nice flash forward there from the Nocturne, getting the kill for the Lucian for the side of Ghost, but it doesn't seem like this is going to be a good fight, as LeBlanc is able to pick up a kill there. Lucian ult does come out, but it goes to the clone of the LeBlanc, killing her. LeBlanc had to flash away to save herself there, but she did safely get out of that. This is a pretty calculated, I guess, series of events and snowball for the side of Instinct. Is, I'd say, pretty natural, and it didn't seem it is very effortless for them to get into this position in this game, and it's all from that mid lane. Even in the one fight that Ghost did win there, the game was still even after that fight, and LeBlanc gave up that bounty and came back to lane and went back to abusing. Even with Ahri getting that kill, it did not really matter, just due to the CS lead, the experience lead that LeBlanc had. LeBlanc chunking this Nocturne off of his Gromp. There's nothing that he can do here. It's going to be very, very difficult. They're going to secure vision in this jungle. Take these camps from the Nocturne. Let's see if Instinct decide they aren't going to start the Baron just yet. You see both top laners in the bot lane. TP advantage to the Olaf, so I guess that is one thing Ghost can say, but Wukong, they're gonna start this Baron, even if Olaf TPs and that TP advantage and 5v4s this. Instincts with that Mountain Soul with LeBlanc here. Big fight here, lots of ults coming out. Really, really nice shielding onto this LeBlanc there. Able to barely survive as she's at 50 health. And the rest of the teammates able to clean up as Xayah's just DPSing away. Health bars are just at 10, 20, 30% for the side of Ghost. Xayah ulting should be able to clean it up. She is able to get the shot down onto the Lucian there. Flashing forward from the Poppy, chasing down this Galio, and she's going to be able to secure it. That is going to be a 2 for 4 in favor for the side of Instinct. And let's make that a 3 for 4 as Havoc here on the Olaf is able to run down that Seraphine. If I'm thinking of any way back into this game, Havoc opting to try to be a little aggressive on this pop. He's going to try to clear wave, but he's also... also, LeBlanc taking that top tier 2, very, very important. Extra gold, pushing that gold lead to 5k. If I'm thinking of a way back into this game for Ghost, it is Elder. It's going to be an Elder coin flip. I fully expect Instinct to try to take down this Baron prior to Elder spawning. I think that they can't. Maybe they don't want to because they don't want to coin flip it and burger flip it. But even if they match in a 5v5, which I guess they could because Ari could TP. But even if they match in a 5v5, Instinct should have every clear advantage there. I think they should just play Death Ball from this point forward around the objectives. They are hard pinging now. Instinct is hard pinging this Baron here. Like I said, I fully expect them to take this Baron into the Elder. Gonna make it that much harder. Getting that gold, getting that experience, gonna get those backs in, and preparing for that Elder to make it that much harder for a crazy Elder fight to go. Baron now at about 2200. Lights go out for Nocturne. Wukong able to secure it, but big ults coming all over the place. Big Wukong ult, but Havoc on the Olaf is able to secure the kill, but LeBlanc is here, getting a double kill onto the Ahri, getting a double kill onto the Olaf. Another kill from the Poppy going to the Nocturne. Baron for the side of Havoc, or Havoc, Baron for the side of Instinct, plus a 5-for-1. They should just be able to end off that. Don't even need to worry about the Elder, and we're going into a game 2. Very, very well played. Very nice. They don't actually have this mid lane wave. Death timers are at a point that they actually are probably just going to get mid lane inhib and then into Elder. Do see Seraphine and Poppy backing, spending that gold. Oh, Galio unable to stop the back for the Xayah. Wouldn't have really done much, as Xayah could have just backed a little bit later or just gone straight to the Elder off of that. But do you see this this LeBlanc standing here? He's level 18. This is not going to be fun. He's going to blow these guys up, and he does right now. He just blows his flash to just to get any W's back to where he was. The mechanics on this LeBlanc are absolutely insane. Harassing this Galio, which is something he should never be able to do, but I mean, I guess it is a support Galio, but still blows up the Galio to 1W. 30% of that Galio. That's crazy, as Wukong secures the Elder for the side of Instinct here. Crazy plays. Baron and Elder is still active for the side of Instinct. Level 18 LeBlanc. LeBlanc going to the top, to the bot lane though. I mean, I guess it is safe, as they do have mid lane down. They're also pinging for the top lane here. Just getting all those lanes pushed in. This game should be over in the next next minute, maybe 2. Olaf able to get a kill onto the Poppy on the backside here, but I don't know how much it's going to matter once again, as Instinct has an active Elder and Magnus Baron for 10 more seconds, but they do still have that Baron. Able to secure inhibs all over. They're going to have triple inhib here. It's going to be a 4v5 though. That's one thing Ghost is going for them, but flash forward, or I guess flash back here. Now Blanc able just to execute there. She's full build, 25 stack Magi-Eyes, Elder Dragon. Just padding those stats as we go into this game too. Absolutely nothing that Ghost can do here. Once again, it all comes down to that mid lane from the second that minions spawned, or minions hit the lane. LeBlanc was just winning trade after trade. Had a 40 CS lead at like 8 minutes. even that one fight, like I said, around the grubs, that Ghost was able to win and get the game even. Didn't matter. Did not really slow down the LeBlanc. She went back to the mid lane, kept harassing, blew that lead out of the water, and just snowballed from there. Everything came through playing through that LeBlanc. So very curious as to seeing what Ghost thinks their win con from here on out is. Um, it's gonna be a tough one after that. I don't know if they've played through mid lane this year. Um, Maybe they say we don't care if that LeBlanc or that mid lane gets that big of a lead. We're gonna try to have a different win condition. It's gonna be really hard to play a game with that big of a deficit in the mid lane. So regardless, they're gonna have to do something to at least make it somewhat more even. That was outrageously one sided. Outrageously one-sided there in the mid lane. Let me get some things changed. Series score as I'm waiting for an invite back into Game 2 draft. 104 Instinctck CK. Going to see what side selection is here as well. I would expect Ghost to remain on blue side as they lost, but maybe they want counter pick. We'll see. Hey, CLT. For some reason, it's not allowing me into the spectate here. Let's get this figured out. Can someone hop out? So just going to get draft links set up here, get that ready. Once again, this is ginormous implications. Instinct is one game away from securing first place in Group C, avoiding that three-way tie for second place in Group C, going into the playoffs very confidently. Going to be extremely difficult if Ghost cannot figure out an answer in that mid lane. We do see chat saying that they do expect a comeback from the side of Ghost, and they aren't only predicting the comeback, they're predicting two 15-minute forfeits from the side of Instinct. I think after seeing what I just witnessed, I would think that there's some bribery involved if that does end up happening. So we are going to get into draft link here. And draft is live, so we are running and getting right into draft once again here. It does look like sides have changed, so I'm going to update that on the stream itself. Oh, boom. Boom. We're just gonna go boom, boom. So far, LeBlanc is not banned. Maybe they just know that there's a gap in the mid lane and they need to allocate resources elsewhere, which certainly could be the case. Once again, very concerning if they can't at least mitigate that mid lane a little bit. And the worst part is unless they save counter, Ghost could theoretically save counter pick for that mid lane. But if they don't, it could very easily be in that exact same situation. No mid lane bans at all through the first wave of bans. Lots of junglers once again, power pick junglers, that Skarner, that Lee Sin, and I genuinely still view is weird of a category. It may not sound right. Maybe it's not the right category, but I do put something like an Ivern in the category of power pick just due to its effect, how much it can affect a, in a competitive environment. It's just so the utility of it is not should not be unnoticed. They slam the first pick Corki. Could still be a Corki bot lane, bit of a flex, but it was banned out last game, so that could just be going right into the hands of the mid laner once again, giving him something that can be have a decent amount of agency. On the side of Ghost, they do take Nautilus Orianna. Last game, Ghost actually banned the Orianna, so to pick it here, blind pick it, once again goes to blind picking their mid laner, or I guess, well, they could be blind picking the mid laner. The Corki is a flex. Let's hope that this Orianna can fare a little bit better than that Ahri last game. Instinctck opting to take the Nocturne away from Ghost. And that is a Corki bot lane. So Ghost opted to blind pick the mid laner once again. Hopefully going to have a little bit better outcome. So we see that mid jungle duo that was on the side of Ghost, now on the side of Instinctck. So really showing their, I guess, versatility and flexibility here. And believe it or not, one of my highest mastery champions is someone who has 1,000,000 mastery, Anivia. I think 700,000 or 800,000 Karthus. My next highest is the Nunu. I have like 300,000 or so, something like that on the Nunu. Love the guy. Big fan of the Willump. Really want to see. I think something like a Nunu could make this mid lane a bit easier if he's able to affect the mid lane early. Really, maybe neutralize the mid lane a bit more if they allocate the jungle resources there. The one thing about Nunu that is kind of nerfed in the new map is the Arakan. You can't gank whatever. It's much more difficult. And, I mean, by the time Arakan spawns, you're kind of in mid-game. But, nonetheless, it affects how you use your snowball in whatever part of the map he spawns. In terms of second round bans, we do see Ghost opting to ban the Poppy out. They do not want to see that again. And then something like the Ornn. Very strong competitive play top laner. Side of Instinctck, they ban out the Xayah and the Darius. So, blind picking the Camille here for Ghost. Not a bad blind pick, but they're hovering the Jax here on the side of Instinctck. Blind picking something like the Camille really isn't that bad if you're if you have a high comfortability level on it. It's just one of those champs that can outplay if you really know her limits. I don't know how well Havoc knows Camille, but she's just one of those champs. And then for the support pick, for the side of Instinctck, after locking in that Jax, pick the Nico. So much more heavy carry potential on the side of Ghost. We see the Samira, we see the Camille. Um, I don't know how. I think their comp doesn't synergize very well, but if any of their carry champs can get a lead in the game, it can be really easy for the other ones to snowball off of the other leads of those champs, because then the other team's gonna try to avoid playing around for example, Camille that has a lead, so it could be an angle for um, Samir to make a play when they aren't expecting it or something like that, or vice versa. Vice versa would probably be more likely. Getting into draft here.
I return to my training. Happy to sit this one out.
Ah, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
Coward. May you die with your eyes closed.
You have the heart of a weakling. You've already lost.
Fine, I'll just be over here, sharpening my feathers.
Seems you left your brave pants at home. Want me to wait while you go get them?
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Alrighty, so as we completed the draft there, the only thing that I was looking at was a potential very strange flex of like an Ari support and a Nico mid there, but does not happen for the side of these are. This is Instinct, that's Ghost, we're gonna do that. Boop bop. Let's go to in-game, so let me change this. This is going to be Instinct. This is going to be Ghost. It's very hard for me to analyze these drafts without the context of last game. I'm assuming that there's going to be some level of a mid lane gap, and you have to take that context into consideration, that skill gap context. You can't just purely analyze the champion compositions. And so for the side of Ghost, once again, having champions with high agency to carry the Samira, the Camille, with a supporty mid laner like an Orianna that can have big ults in a fight. If she can really hit those ults and really have an impact there, that could be. I mean, it's what they've decided to draft, and I think it's probably one of the best angles they could. Just once again assuming that the mid lane is gapped as it was. I'm very interested to see Corki and Samira. Obviously with Samira, a little bit of projectile deflection and stuff there, but I think also once again on the side of Ghost, not only having the power pick carries, having in a, in my opinion, the most uh, early game ganky jungler that you could possibly draft in the Nunu. You can one camp and gank. You can two camp and gank. As soon as you have your W online, you can gank, and that's after one camp. So, um, just I think they did what they can to try to hopefully have a better chance than last game. Really hoping that it works out for them. And it is just funny to me to see Instinct draft the Nocturne Ari, the exact same blue side mid jungle that Ghost had. Um, Being able to turn the lights out when you have such a gap in the mid lane is going to be it's going to be very hard for this Orianna to feel comfortable in lane at any point in this game, especially when Nocturne 6. Yeah, chat asking like better analysis than gapped, but I feel that I offered that last game. It's from the moment minions hit every single trade, mid was hitting every single combo, proccing electrocute immediately, and then also sidestepping every Q that came back from the Ari. So it very much did feel to me like a skill gap when you view it through that lens of that, and this is just coming from an unbiased perspective. I haven't casted any of these teams this year. I think that's a fairly accurate analysis of what happened. It could have been a one-off where they felt very, very, from the beginning, she was put on her heels and was never able to get traction back. That very well could be the case. Um, that's what we're about to see. I think blind picking the mid is extremely concerning to me. Obviously, they thought the Quirky may have been the mid, and then maybe that's why they felt comfortable picking the Orianna there. But like I said, with the potential of it being flexed, they risked that they were blind picking mid, and it happened again. So just based on last game, I am concerned. I think with the change in draft for oh, I need to there we go. Sorry about that. With the change in draft for the side of Ghost picking the like I said, the more power picks. The 1v9 champs kind of shows that they want to play around the bot lane and top lane as well. So it seems to me that they also feel by blind picking mid again, by picking things like Samir and Camille as opposed to Lucian, um, just these 1v9 champs that they feel. Another trade in the mid lane, another execute proc for Ari here. Jack's hitting 2 here. Not level 2 for the side of Ghost early, able to get a big chunk. Samir taking some damage too, but all in all, I would say they hit 2 and they got a very, very nice engage off of it. Some nice damage. Corky does still have his pot and his biscuit, something Samir does not have. Just putting that out there. On the other hand, though, Nico blowing her healing items, and Nautilus still having his. So different advantages there. So far, even in the mid lane, much better. Feeling good there. CS is essentially even. Nunu opting to looks like 6 camp, which at more high level play is a lot more common for Nunu. You 6 camp and then from there you just want to hit level 4. Nunu opting to use his smite on Krugs. As a Nunu player myself, that is something you don't always have to do, as you can Q smite the if you know you're going to be fighting for the scuttle. Q smite, you'll always win if you can time that correctly. But Nunu opting to back, doesn't even beeline to the bot side scuttle. Backing, cashing in, then presumably going to scuttle. Nocturne getting good knowledge, knowing that Nunu does not have his red side jungle up. Nunu played very nice here, able to get his back off. Now he's even in CS, even in scuttles with the Nocturne here, but does have that Ruby Crystal and those boots. So, does feel very nice for the Nunu as he's ganking the Ahri here. Let's see if it pays off. Picking that very nice, hits the snowball. Ahri's probably gonna have to flash here, and we're gonna see a first blood here for Nunu as Ahri flash. Nunu matches the flash. Very well played. Once again, like I said, having that Nunu to affect lanes. It wasn't as early as like a level 2 or 3, but able to hit the Ahri. I'm surprised she didn't flash away from that snowball, knowing that Nunu had flash and then his E route probably made her feel a lot more comfortable. We do see people in chat very emotionally charged responses here. I love it. That's exactly. I want you to have feelings about my commentary. That's what it's all about. It really is a gap in the mid lane at this point because it's a 15 CS lead for the Ahri. Nice, huge fight here over this dragon. The Nico able to pick up the kill onto the Nautilus here, but Nunu matching with the kill onto the Nico. Lots of damage coming out from the Corki there. I was surprised with how much damage the Corki did, but all in all, it looks like Instinct is going to come away with the win in that fight there. It's a 2-0 and the dragon for the side of Instinct. Very well played, forcing, making sure that they're fighting the champions while Nunu is still up. You don't just want to be targeting the dragon itself, because Nunu Q Smite will always win there, so making sure that they fight the fight and then go to the dragon. While all that happened, we did see a solo kill in Camille. For the top lane, which feels really good for Ghost. So another gank here in this mid lane to this Ahri. This Ahri has no mana at about 200 health, barely. Gets the nice assistance from the Nico to push the wave. Nunu coming right back, able to hit the snowball. Nautilus follows up. The kill is going to go down to the Nunu, who has 3 kills now. Nocturne come flying in as he did hit 6, able to pick up the kill there onto the Orianna. Nautilus hooking away for his life. So very well played for Ghost, putting the resources into the mid lane. And if they weren't doing that, I mean, it still is, in terms of CS and laning, a laning gap, and I stand by that. When you look at a 20 CS gap, that's substantial. That is extremely substantial. But very nice for Ghost for playing around what they weren't able to do last game, which is they have 2 deaths on the Ahri. So despite the CS, it is keeping the Orianna very much more comfortable in this lane. It would have worked out much better if the kills went onto the Orianna, which in most cases would be the case, but especially on that first gank, I expected the kill to hit the Orianna, but with the flash from the Ahri, Nunu flashed and was able to secure the kill there. Ahri also does have the minor XP advantage, as she did hit 7 before the Orianna. Orianna now 7, so it's not a major XP, but she will be slightly ahead for the time being here. Another fight up here in this top lane. Let's see.
Light on my feet.
I think the I guess a little bit of critique here, as we have essentially an even game, 300 gold lead and a dragon lead for Instinct, but I mean this early it's essentially even. Is that the kills are on the Nunu, and while it's really nice having full boots and having the Cinder, Bami Cinder on the Nunu, it would be much better if that gold was on the Orianna, but still very nice to have even gold at this point. Feels much better start than last game, and that 2-kill lead in the top lane. So having that top lane advantage for the Camille feels very nice. She has the Sheen, she has the Caulfield's Warhammer. Much better spot for the team overall on the side of Ghost. See a kill there. Let's rewind there, as it seemed to be a solo kill in the mid lane. Oh nope. So we did see Nico there popping, making the nice assisted roam there. Popping the ult, also getting nice turret plates or turret plate, excuse me. I expect the Ahri to probably buy boots off of that. Maybe she does. She does opt for the. She was able to complete the items, so she does have the malignants now. So that is going to be significant for these grubs that are spawning in 30 seconds. The Ahri having the malignants and wave pushed for the nice rotate there. So once again, if that gold did go onto the Orianna from those early Nunu ganks, that would feel much better, but it is not. It is on the Nunu, and it's going to be... notice now that we see the Malignants over Orianna not having that. Orianna caught out right by the Raptors. Nice pink ward there. From Instinct, Ahri walked up, warded it, and Instinct was in the area, able to secure the kill there. 2 quick kills onto the Ahri in the span of about 2 minutes, so nice Darkseal stacks as well. Ahri accelerating this lead, getting a second play, while the team was also able to get, the Ghost is able to get their first dragon of the series, actually, getting that nice Mountain Drake. Which stops the dragon stacking on the side of Instinct, something they were able to do last game. But off of that, Instinct able to have 6 grubs. So 6 grubs and an even dragon. Looks like we're going to have a nice dive here onto the Camille from the side of Instinct. Should be fairly easy, as we do have Nico here. Shutdown does go down onto the Jax, but it is a 1-for-1, as Nocturne, they weren't able to trade aggro well enough to prevent the Nocturne from going down. Nice Nunu snowball coming in, 3v2. Nunu not able to hit the snowball as he does hit the wall. Orianna is here. She flashes. She has the ult, able to hit the ult onto the Jax actually, but not quite able to take him down. Big Nico ult coming out, but Nico going down to the Orianna. Nico going, or I guess, gosh, what was that overall? Is a 1-for-1? So A lot of resources put in for the side of Ghost. It looked like it was winning until Nunu hit his snowball into the wall there. If he was able to continue running and hitting that snowball into a champion, it may have been a little bit different fight. So we do see 2,500-ish, 26, 2,700 gold lead for the side of Instinct. Jax pushed up a little too far here. Let's see what Camille's able to do. Jax does have that Trinity Force completed, so that is going to matter. So it's essentially even items in the top lane, but the Nunu here is going to change that in terms of this is an even fight. Ghost able to get the kill on a Jax. And that does feel nice. Cutting that gold lead down to about 2,400. Able to use those grubs to secure the mid-tier 1. Ahri was, or Orianna was, bursted down immediately after the turret was taken. Do have a lot of people down here in the bot lane, but it seems like we're going to back off here. Move more into the mid game now. Ahri having that Mesh Eyes and those empowered boots as well, so 6 stacks on the Mesh Eyes could be a scary situation. Orianna able to complete the Lunes though, so that is important. A lot more damage going to be coming out from her. She's able to hit an ult that hits multiple people in a team fight, especially off like a Nunu snowball. He hits 2 people. She's in the area, able to hit an ult off of that. Could be huge for something like a Camille to jump on in if they execute. Nico and Ahri in the area. They use the clone to show the Ahri, but big Nunu ult into the bush, but not quite a lot of damage as he doesn't even have a Dark Seal. Big ult coming out from the Nico, which set up the Nocturne engage. Very well executed from the side of Instinct. Able to take down a 2-for-1 so far. Dragon is spawning in 38 seconds. Should be able to get some nice vision prio over there. Nocturne working his way with the Nunu here on the side of Instinct. They are taking this Herald with the 6 grubs, so they're opting to say that that's what they're going to prioritize, especially with Atakan spawning in the top side this game, playing around maybe really accelerating this top side, getting a top tier 2 with that. Instinct or Ghost here should be able to get their second dragon. Nocturne doesn't have ult to fly on it in here. It's really up to Ahri to poke them off, but with Nunu Q Smite, this should be very, very easy here. Or maybe not. We'll see. Nunu able to secure it, getting that kill, or getting that dragon. Corki taking down the Nautilus for the side of Instinct, so 3,500 gold here for Instinct. Ooh, Ahri catching out the Nunu here. Nunu trying to ult, but wasn't able to complete it as she just charms him, stops the ult there. Nunu trying to snowball away, but he's just going to run right into this Nico. Nice flash, nice Q, boom, nice shutdown onto the support Nico, which oftentimes getting kills and gold on something like that Nico's going to be really nice. Big ult from the Nocturne going into the Orianna, forcing out that flash. Something immobile like an Orianna is going to be, you know, not having that flash is going to be difficult for her for the next 5 minutes now playing around that. Like I said, we if those early kills just go to the Orianna, I think this game could be very, very different. By going to the Nunu and then the Nunu, it's not like he has Dark Harvest. Even if he did, it's a lot hard to play through that play style. He just had to go into his full tank build. I would have liked to see a Dark Seal from the Nunu with all that early gold. And that extra tankiness to go along with it. But, did not happen. Over here, looks like Camille's catching out the Ahri here. Ahri forced the ult. Camille had to flash. Ahri still has flash, but we'll see. It is a Camille. Very nice charm. Very patient. Making sure that she had her charm up for the Camille engage, but she's choosing a very, very risky back as she knows the Camille's here. On the top lane. Nice dive so far. A lot of turret shots going on to the Nocturne though. They do have all these grubs here. They still have the Herald as well. So a lot of top lane prio. 6k gold lead for the side of Instinct. Do you see top or Nocturne pinging, going to Otacon? They do have that both top tier 1 and 2 down. So plus still with the Herald, really prioritizing getting this. Camille does not have vision here. She's not stepping up quite yet. Very nice charm from Ahri, but isn't able to hit the Q to follow up. Nocturne did ult the mid lane. Really nice Nico ult off of it, but Nunu not able to hit his ult as he's just CC'd right out of it, which can happen in high level play if you aren't patient. Corki able to pick up a kill. Orianna able to get a nice kill onto the Nocturne. Orianna still alive here, but everyone else on her team is dead. It's going to be a ace, a 5-for-1 with Herald and Wave and Grubs here. I think they actually might be able to end here. We'll see. They might just take Inhib and go to Otacon, but they don't even pop the Herald. Okay. So just a very nice reset. This dragon is spawning in 40 seconds. Should be able to prepare for that or prepare for top side, however they want to go about this. It's really their choice. Nice Nocturne ult right into the mid lane, able to burst down that everyone. 3 for nothing very quickly off that Nocturne ult. They dropped the Herald. The Herald's in the top lane pushing. They're pushing the mid lane. Dragon's up. Here comes Nunu, but they should be able to cut him or force him. Yeah, he's not going to be able to come. Which is going to result in a charge from the Herald. Instinct able to secure their second dragon very easily. I mean, when you have a 10k gold lead at this point in the game, or 9k gold lead, sorry, uh, it's really easy for them to do whatever they want here. They're able to get 2 kills in the blue side jungle of Ghost, make that 3 now. 3 for nothing while Jax is pushing in. Top lane's pushing in, they're pushing in. Bot lane, mid's gone. Very, very tough for Ghost to play through this. Does appear that Instinct should just have everything. Nice flash ult, hitting a nice 3-man ult for the side of Nico. That was humongous. Big Jax follow-up. This should be it, as we do see 3 down now for the side of Ghost. Quick 2-0. This should be the end of the series. Nice ace. This game is quicker than the last one. That got out of hand very, very quickly. And I think Ghost did a very nice job. I really liked a lot of what they did early, but unfortunately, when the skills don't go on in the mid lane there, that does impact the game pretty significantly. Congratulations to Instinct for securing first place in Group C. That is going to be cause a 3-way tie for second place in Group C. And we'll pull up those standings here. So here we have let's just get this. So once again, yep, that did put Instinct at 4-0-1, so in sole possession of first place in Group C, causing this 3-way tie with Cal Poly Division 2 and Tom Bench Kinchers. Very nice play from the side of Instinct that showed a lot of flexibility in the fact that they literally played the mid jungle that their opponents played in Game 1. I do think to some degree there's a little bit of a mind game in that, knowing that you just lost on something and then your opponents pick it, especially if it goes well for them early. It can be mentally debilitating. The mental side of the game is, I think, much more important than people think, and is something as simple as your opponent's playing what you played last game can affect that. So nice flexibility from the side of Instinct there. I was very impressed with that. Also, a lot of good things for the side of Ghost. At times, they were able to, in Game 1, get good trades across the map. They had a really nice grub fight in Game 1 that got a nice shutdown to the mid laner that was snowballing, especially off of a lane swap TP to really set up Prio for Instinct in Game 1 off that, and Ghost was able to actually win the fight, have really nice flashes, really nice execution, and I was very impressed with that. That will be it for me tonight. It's a fairly quick 2-0. And yeah, we'll see you guys for the playoffs and how that bracket unfolds. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.